It's on, the biggest fighting tournament the world has ever seen. The world's top fighters have gathered to show their stuff in the non-stop raging action of the King of the Fighters tournament, and to prove just who is number one. They all aim to come out on top, but only one can win. Who will take the honors as the world's toughest fighter? Fatal Fury Special is a fighting game that was released on the Neo Geo in 1993. If you're unaware, this is an upgraded version of Fatal Fury 2 that added more characters, moves, and mechanics such as a combo system. It would get several ports, with the Game Gear version being released around the end of 1994. I don't think I need to mention that many aspects had to be cut from this version. These include several characters, the lane system, and of course the lack of 4 buttons. Despite this, it looks like the developers did a pretty good job on this port, and I like that they prioritized the characters added to Fatal Fury Special. There's plenty to talk about during the long play, so let's go over the controls. Being that this is a Game Gear game, you'll only have 2 buttons. Button 1 will punch, and button 2 will kick. If you press both buttons together, your character will taunt. Due to the limitations, each character has a total of 6 normal attacks. These involve punching or kicking while standing, crouching, or while jumping. Thankfully, the characters still have access to most, if not all, of their special moves from the arcade game. These are done by performing a motion along with a button. For example, Duck King can perform Break Storm by pressing quarter circle forward plus kick. The most interesting part about these commands is that some of them were simplified to be more easier to perform. A huge example would be Duck King's Desperation move. Desperation moves can only be performed while your health is low. These are usually harder to perform, but they'll deal a ton of damage if they land. Duck King's Break Spiral in the original game is very difficult to pull off. Granted, it is an incredibly powerful desperation move, but the motion makes it more than likely that you would jump instead. You either had to perform it incredibly fast, or you could use a normal attack and quickly perform the motion during the attack animation. In the Game Gear version, the motion was changed so that you only had to perform 2 quarter circle motions along with up plus forward. This makes it much easier to perform, though I think it makes them a bit more dangerous in this version. While this port removed the lane system, it still kept a few other aspects. You can still perform dodge attacks by pressing punch while blocking. These have upper body invincibility and can be useful for countering certain moves. Backdashes are also in this port. These are done by pressing back twice and you'll be invincible during the animation. Of course, you can still block while standing or crouching, and Dizzy works the same way as the Genesis port of Fatal Fury 2. In case you're unaware, Dizzy will only happen after you take a lot of damage and get knocked down. But since you can shake out of Dizzy incredibly fast, it's easy to miss your opportunity when you Dizzy the opponent. I think I went over enough, so let's move on to the long play. If you want a full guide and move list for all characters, you can check out the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's start the game. Alright, and this is my long play of Fatal Fury Special for the Game Gear. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the options, and you can see the difficulties here, which is easy, normal, and hard. It continues, you can set them to 0, or you can set them to 9. Okay, I need to mention something before we start, and I am going to explain certain other aspects of the gameplay as we go along. I am going to be commentating this as I play. I do feel a little bit comfortable doing so. At least for like getting through the game without using a continue. Mainly because in order to get the ending of this game, you have to beat it on either normal or hard without using a continue. Now the AI in this game, I feel like if you have a projectile, it's much more bearable. But I really want to use Duck King, and he's not exactly a character you want to use the AI use against the AI. Like, he can do some stuff. I do have a strat with him, but it's not too consistent. Look, I'm gonna try my best, and if I fail, I'll just start the game over, and pretty much, how can I say this? Thankfully, you can face the opponents in the same order you want. So if I do fail at some point, I will start the game over and probably just skip the video to whenever I get back to that fight. So now that I got that out the way, let's actually start the game. I'm only mentioning this now because I have did a few runs. I did a few practice runs, I did about 4 or 5, and only one of them did I actually manage to get Druid without using a continue. But hopefully this is the one. So let's go over the roster. We have Terry Bogard, Andy Bogard, Joe Higashi, Mai Shionuri, Duck King, Tung Fu-Ryu, Billy Kane, Geese Howard, and Ryo Sakazaki. Now, as you can tell, compared to Fatal Fury Special on the arcade, or I should say the Neo Geo, there are many characters missing. With these include Chang Sinzan, Kim Kap-Hwan, who else am I thinking of? Jubei Yamada, Big Bear, Axel Hawk, Lawrence Blood, is that? Oh, and Wolfgang Krauser. I don't know how I remember the last names as well. Probably because I've been playing so much Fatal Fury as of late, like including the Genesis version of Fatal Fury 2. But yeah, even though there are characters missing, they did prioritize the characters from Special, which are the 5 characters they added here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll be using Duck King. And the first character you pick will determine the order, so if I face Terry first, then I'll face Andy, Joe, Mai, Duck King, and Tung Fu-Ryu. Or if I face him first, then I'll face Terry, Andy, Joe, Mai, and Duck. I'll start with Terry. I just keep it simple. And yeah, as I mentioned previously, if for some reason I do lose, I will just like start all over and get back to that fight and then resume the recording from there. But I am going to try to make sure that doesn't happen because, again, like I do have some strats, but it is fighting game AI. There's only so much I can do. Like it really depends on the game. That should be stun. That should be a perfect too. Beautiful. Now, it is only the first stage, so I'm not going to get full of myself. Trust me, it gets much harder later. And if there's one thing the CPU loves doing is instant desperation moves, and man. The fight with Billy Kane is what I'm a bit scared of, because his desperation move is like instant. Same thing for Duck King. Oh man, that's gonna be a mess. We'll see. Alright, that's done. Wow, that might be the best Terry fight I've ever had. Usually I take a few hits or even get hit by Power Geyser, but that was, wow, that was really well. Beautiful. Alright, next up is Andy. Now, I guess I can start talking about the game. So, this game does have, I'm going to try to talk about stuff I didn't mention in the intro. This game does have special cancels. You can cancel a special move. I should say a normal attack by using a special move. So I can do stand kick into the 3-hit combo, which is, I've got the name of the move, but it's forward back forward punch. He does 3 hits like that. And I think if I'm close enough, it does combo. Because yeah, there are combos in this game, but they're a bit weird. Because not all combos are like, how can I say this? Alright, I need you to get off me, Andy. Please. Alright. Because combos in this game are... Fuck. Alright, he's doing DP a lot. Gotta look out for that. Alright. So CPU might do this desperation. There it is. I should be able to win with DP. There we go. And yeah, combos, you can't combo into special moves. It really depends. Like for the example of Terry Bogard, he can only combo. He has kick into Burn Knuckle, which combos when he's on the right side, but not when he's on the left. Hopefully I'm not wrong on that. Thankfully, Duck King does have some good combos. They're really simple. Alright, that wasn't a combo. I don't know why I did that. But more importantly, Duck King is a bit special because very special. Because he has. I'm in trouble. Let me just deal with Andy first. There we go. He has a command normal. I don't think I've been doing it lately. I will show that off in the next match. It's down forward kick. It's a slide. Now it's a command normal, but it's technically how can I put it this way? For some reason, you can cancel a normal attack like punch or kick into this command normal as if it's like a special move. But since it's a special move, like since his command normal is technically a normal attack, you can cancel into a special move. So you can do normal attack, command normal into special move. Which might sound, I guess that sounds normal in like SNK standards, but it's kind of weird to see in Fatal Fury Special. Unless I'm wrong and he can do that in the console versions. I've never really used Duck King in Fatal Fury Special. My mains were always I mean, I'm not very good at Pay to Free Special, to be honest, like the arcade version. Oh, I want to try to do Super here, actually. Nice. Oh, wow, I didn't kill. That's actually a bit scary. There we go. So, yeah, Super is much easier to do in this version, and I think his Super input is one of the reasons why I didn't want to pick him up in Special, but I still want to. It really comes down to the fact that, like, I just don't really play Pay to Free Special all that much. Like, none of my friends play it, so I didn't feel any big incentive to, like, get into the game, and, like, yeah. I don't know what else. I don't want to, I mean, I'm not saying the game's dead, no, the game is still a classic, but, like, I prefer playing, like, fighting games with people nearby. I'm not really a big fan of online play. That's just me, though. So, Duck King, he does have some cool combos in the arcade version, but the characters I mess with, like, I should say I main, are Jubei. Fuck. Okay, maybe do a Joe first. That's not gonna kill, but I should be able to get in chip range. Okay, I thought that killed me. So yeah, I used Jubei. I've actually, the last time I played the special in the arcade, like against someone, I was actually trying to pick up a Tung Fu. He's one of my favorites. And I also like using Kim. Honestly, the whole roster is pretty cool. I really want to, if I ever play the arcade version again, I really want to pick up Duck King. Like, it's not all about his desperation move, but it is very helpful if you're able to get it. But he does have some really cool combos in that game, and that's one of the reasons why I want to use him. Alright, so we're already at the half point of the main 6. And after the 6 characters, we will be facing the bosses. Now, if you can't tell from all this cackling you're hearing, I am playing this on emulator. I'm playing this on Fusion. And again, I don't know if there's a way to like record Game Gear through real hardware. But one thing I do know is that I am pretty dang good for keyboard, because maybe tell you something about Windows 98 and Neo Rage X. Oh boy. That's a, you know what? That's a really funny story. I think I'll talk about it some other time, but yeah, all you need to know is I played a lot of Neo Geo on keyboard, so I'm very used to playing fighting games on a keyboard. I don't play all of them on keyboard, mind you. I'm gonna try to do the flying knee to get close, and then DP for the chip. Actually hit, that's good. So yeah, when it comes to fighting games, I don't really mind any controller I'm using. I'll play it on keyboard, pad, joystick. Of course, I do have a preference. It really comes down to the fighting game I'm playing. If it's something simple like this, I don't mind keyboard. If it's maybe something like Street Fighter 6, oh yeah, Terry's getting announced for that, so can't wait to try that out when it comes out. Though it's gonna be weird using Terry in the Street Fighter engine. I don't know if that's gonna feel for me. Anyways, when it comes to the other games like that, I usually play on pad. Sometimes I'll play on joystick. I think when it more. Oh, I can actually do super here. I just gotta get close enough. This is not good. That was just. Oh! Okay, I got too distracted there. That's fine. I could have played that better. So, more importantly is that yeah, when it comes to controllers, like I usually play on PS4 pad, and I've been trying to get more and more used to the USB pad I have, the Sega Genesis 6-button controller. I've been using that a lot more often. I actually could have used it for this game, but it's all good. Just want to keep things simple. There we go. Is that stun? No. That is chip though. So yeah, like there are some games I'll use a joystick. For example, Primal Rage. That game on a pad is I got used to it, but I still think it's one of those games that like you kind of have to play on a joystick. It's just it can be rough on pad if you're not if you didn't practice beforehand, especially doing like complicated combos and special moves. But yeah, I don't have a huge controller preference. I'm not exactly a tournament player, so I'm okay with just playing games casually. That's how it is. Of course, I played in plenty of tournaments, but I just flew out home just playing a fighting game because I want to. I've always been that way, to be honest. I'm getting really lucky here because I'm playing this very, I'm being... I gotta focus because, yeah, I wonder how many times I said that. The thing with CPU duck is that because this is a CPU, they'll do their super instantly. And, you know, when that health bar is flashing, I'm like, okay, I can't really, like, stay close because they're just gonna grab me for super and I'm gonna lose, like, half my health. So it's a bit scary. You can well imagine. It doesn't seem to be blocking that. Oh, wow, he got up really quick and did that. You kidding me? And now I gotta be careful, so I'm just going to keep doing the string over here to chip him out. He actually backdabs. Me? Alright, I should be able to chip. There we go. Trust me, I did have runs where he just did super and I lost a round. Tung can be a little dangerous too, so let's just get him up. Oh, damn! I'm sorry. I unintentionally just skipped the the versus quotes. I shouldn't be doing that. All right. Now Tung one of my mains. I think it's mainly because to be honest, when I first... What the fuck? Holy shit! Alright, when I first... Really not the time, my guy. When I first played, Fate Fury Special, I didn't really care about him. I think it was when I saw that animated movie, Fate Fury 1, that I thought he was, like, much cooler. Because, you know, he was just a regular... Actually, I wanted to super. Alright. I'm gonna get this out. There we go. Now, oh wait, no, I should dodge attack his super if he does it. Okay, that's one. That is two. Beautiful. You can dodge attack it since it only attacks the upper body. But yeah, when I saw the Fate of Fury movies, I thought he was like much cooler there since he was just a regular like dude you fought in Fate of Fury 1. Like just one of the starting 4. But they made him way cooler in Fate of Fury the movie. And I really enjoyed him there. Because it's like, you know, it's like a master to like Terry and Andy. I was like, you know what? I'll pick him up in Fate Fury Special, and yeah, he's just been one of my mains ever since. And so far, this is going really well. I should back up and just wait for the desperation so I can dodge attack it. You can also DP it too, which you should do if he, like right now. There we go. Then that should do it. Because the thing is that like when he's very close to you and you're taking the hit and you're blocking the hits, I don't think you have enough time to go into the dodge attack. So it's just better to do DP, especially if you're getting up, because if you're getting up, you don't have time to enter block. You gotta take the hit. Alright, so Billy, I gotta be careful. His last, I actually did lose a run to this dude, and because he did instant super and I lost half my health. So I gotta be on the lookout for that once his health gets low. Unless I can beat him beforehand, but I doubt it. Like, there are no death combos in this. The only way I'm going to defeat him before he gets desperation is if I do mine when he's at like 40%. He's being a bit annoying, but that's fine. I just gotta get in. I gotta start using the slide more. Come on. Alright, here comes the super. Just gotta jump over it. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that was... Wow, okay, I didn't know I could hit him out of it. I might try that again next time. I'm a bit nervous, though. I might have gotten lucky. At least I won the round, though. That's what's important. Yet. Again, the problem is that his super has, like... His desperation, I should say. It has really quick startup, so you gotta be very careful. Should be dizzy soon. What? That was like frame 1. Are you? Wow, that drew me off, guys. I'm sorry. That was like I did a meaty and it traded. Like what? Should I do DP maybe? But then if he blocks it, like, I gotta make this count. one more shit dizzy. Alright, is this dizzy? Okay, that was dizzy. Thank goodness. If that wasn't dizzy, he probably would have did wake up super. What a stupid freaking fight, man. Oh my goodness. But I'm glad that went well. I actually could have lost that. The more the Geese is about to take you to a very hot place indeed. So we're getting close to the end of the game. After this is Rio. And then, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but to face Rio, there aren't any requirements. Unlike the arcade version where you had to either what was it? You had to either beat it without losing a round or just once you see it. I don't remember which. But pretty much you had to just finish the game without losing, and when you got up to the end and beat Wolfgang Krauser, you was able to face Rio. I just realized I'm facing a character who can counter, and I don't have a projectile. I'm definitely doing this to the oh shit. I did my fuck's sake. For fuck's sake! I did my super, man. Okay, I'm facing a character that can counter. I have no freaking projectile. I'm about to be really sad in a bit, I bet. Wow, that's really minus. Wow, and that's not a real string. Come on, Geese. Give me a fucking break. Okay. That should be dizzy. Okay, beautiful. Alright. I really don't want to start this game over. But I'm gonna do this. I got this. I'm definitely gonna be focused for this round. Alright, let's go. Whoa, what the fuck? Did you see it linger? I don't think he was dizzy, but thankfully he just got hit. Wow, alright, it's getting very tough. So, thankfully you're right there. So let's just get this over with. Can you win the #1 spot, or will it be me? It's time for the final stage. Ryo Sakazaki. One of the first, if not the first guest fighter in the fighting game, which is pretty rad. Alright, let's do this. I'm just going to do usual strat, and I should be able to defeat him. His DP isn't too fast in this version. I don't know about the... Okay, I take that back. That definitely blew through my attack. He's not cooperating. There we go. That should be dizzy. And I can get the chip. Beautiful. So yeah, I can't really show any cool stuff against the CPU. Obviously if I'm facing against a human, I could try to you know, display my usual stuff, actually try to do some cool stuff within the game. But as a CPU, you have to be cheap. It's a fighting game, you know? Rarely can a fighting game make the CPU enjoyable. But again, I will say, thank goodness the CPU is nowhere near as bad as the arcade version. Oh my gosh, the arcade version is fucking ridiculous. And to this day, I still can't beat that shit without using continue. Even on fucking level 4. Alright, let me not go on a rant on that. That was Fatal Fury Special for the Game Gear. I actually got through it on first try. Beautiful. Well, I can't technically say the first try since I did do a lot of practice runs beforehand. And yeah, this is Duck King's ending. I will show all of the endings at the end of this. Now to pursue my true calling, dance. And another cool thing about the endings is that, and yeah, you do see all of the characters win quotes. You won't see these quotes if, I mean, you still see these quotes when you play versus matches, but you won't see these quotes pop up at the end if you play it on the easy mode. It's just, you know, it makes it part of the ending, so... As I mentioned, you won't get an ending if you play on easy or if you use a continue. So after these quotes will be the credits. Over the credits, I will show all of the endings. Ryo is interesting because I don't think he even had an ending in the Neo Geo version, because in that version, you had to do, I think you had to do a code to unlock him, and in that, like, you could only play as him in a versus mode, like, against another human, and if you did like a cheat code to like play as him in the arcade mode, like, you get a glitched out ending that, since an ending doesn't exist. So yeah, it's cool that they actually gave him an ending in this version, and you probably might be seeing it right now. But yeah, like I said, that was Fatal Fury Special on the Game Gear, and I'm going to use this time to talk about how I feel about the game. I haven't played all of the fighting games I haven't played a lot of Game Gear games in general. So far, this has got to be the best fighting game I've ever played on this system. Again, it's not amazing, it's not groundbreaking, but like, it looks beautiful, it sounds good, plenty of moves are there, it feels good to play. Like, man, like, again, like, they didn't include everything, you know, the lane system isn't there and all that, but this game is just really, really solid, and if I had this as a kid, I would have had a freaking blast. I probably would have, like, you know, just play it as many times as I could, just pour so many hours, you know, just beating it with every character, trying to find, like, cool stuff in it. It's just a really good fighting game on a Game Gear, and probably, even if, I don't know how there would be something better than this on a Game Gear. If there is, I can't wait to play whatever that game is. I doubt it. But yeah, so far, compared to what I've played previously, this is the best Game Gear fighting game. There might be one better, and you know, you might have your own preference. So that's fine. There's nothing, you know, feel free to agree or disagree. This is just my humble opinion. But hopefully you can at least agree with me when I say that this is one of the best. Definitely. And yeah, there's not really much else for me to say. This run was, I had a lot of fun. It was a little stressful at certain moments. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this long play, and with that said, I'll see you later.